All right. Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Hope you're well. It's already 8 o'clock. I'm sorry. Technicality is playing games with me. How's your Sunday? Let me know where you're joining us from. I know that we have the whole continent and the whole world. Like today literally, we've got everybody from all corners of the world joining us. I am super excited, especially about today's training because Israel, Pretoria, hey Pretoria, hey Israel, hey Cape Town, hey Durban, Cape Town, my favorite city in the world, Accra, Ghana. Yo, I saw the guys in Ghana. You had an amazing training. Santen, what's up, Dag? Kenya. And let me just know, Cape Town is in the house. Lagos, Nigeria. I cannot wait to come back to Nigeria. Kampala, Uganda, and we've got people from everywhere. Let me know where you are joining us from. Maserili, Lesotho, Harare, Zimbabwe, Pretoria is in the house. This is what I want you to do. Since my phone has just died on me, I can't log on to anything. Technology is playing games with me today. I don't know what's going on with my phone, but anyway, it's all good. I want you to go to all the group and just type OTC on the call. And you also want to just make sure that you get everyone in your teams to literally come. Rustenburg is in the house. And let me see where we got everyone from. Maumbo, Botswana, Pretoria, Uganda is in the house. I had fun when I was in Uganda 2 years ago. I can't wait. Swaziland, yeah, I also had fun in Swaziland. I can't wait to literally go and start going and meeting all the secret family from everywhere else. Listen, I want us to start in 1 minute. Zanzi, is that South Africa? Zanzi is South Africa, right? And we're in
Hi, Dana, can you unmute?
Hear me. Oh, people can't hear me. People can't hear me. I'm sorry about that. Technology is playing games with me. I don't know. Maybe it's a Sunday, right? So yeah, I can see we have people from everywhere. The guys in Ghana, you had fun yesterday. Zimbabwe, what's up, Zimbabwe? I can't wait to come back to Zimbabwe. Listen, go to the groups and just type OTC, which literally means you're on the call. But what is important, you want to get everyone in your team to actually come, because this is going to be one of the most important training in terms of how to build our business, because we've got our mentor on the call who's going to be taking. I've been wanting to know exactly what to do when you get started. I am literally starting over again, and I'm excited about this training. So Centurion is in Pretoria. What's up, Madren? What's up, everybody? So make sure, if I can see you, that would be nice. If I can see you, that would be nice, because I just want to say hi. I miss you guys. And Rudeport, we've got people. Rudeport is in Johannesburg, South Africa. Listen, guys, if you can switch on your camera, that would be very nice, because we know how Zoom it is not the same as meeting you and hugging you. And we met some people last week, those who came to training. So where are you joining us from? Are you excited? If you're excited about the training, just type in 1 in the comments below, because we are just going to be starting right now. I'm about to literally hand over. DRC Congo, what's up? Type 1 in the comments below. Just type 1 in the comments below, so that I can know that you guys are ready and excited. You know, like we are starting the week. It's a Sunday evening. Some people it's during the day. Type 1 in the comments below if you are ready, literally, for the training right now, because we are about to literally go to the training. NG, 1 in the comments below. 1 in the comments below, because in 10 seconds, we're literally about to start. Just give me 1 in the comments below. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to literally hand over to my mentor, someone who's been in this business for 20 years right now, started at the age of 19, and in secret has been there for 10 years. 10 years. I want you to take notice of that. This is someone who has done it all, somebody who's built a business all over the world. We're so blessed to literally have him in the African continent. I know we have people from all over the world, but I know some of us, we're lucky. Kenya was lucky, Uganda was lucky, South Africa was lucky. We were so blessed last week to be able to literally have him in the room with us, spend time with us, literally mentoring us and showing us. I'm talking about somebody who's a servant leader to all of us. Like, oh, he gave all of us his number. I show you like somebody who's literally available to all of us to be able to help us in our journey as we're building and being part of the secret family. He has reached the top rank in our company. It is called Crown Royale. I want you on the chat box, help me give a big virtual welcome to the one and only Crown Royale, Jesse Macpherson. Jesse, can you hear me?
Absolutely. Hi, Dinah. Thank you so much for the introduction. So good to see your beautiful face. I miss you already. And
yes.
Can't wait to be back and can't wait to be back in South Africa, and excited for our training here today. Now, I know there are some of you that are brand new here to the world of Secret and you're just getting started, and this training is specifically for you. If you're not new to Secret, this training is specifically for you. So yes, this training is for everybody. And the reason why is this is whether you got off to a correct start, a fast start, slow start, no start, at any point in time, you can decide to relaunch your business or readjust your strategy in order to get the results that you're looking for. And it's one of the things that I'm very passionate about, because normally when you get started inside of Secret or in network marketing, your story is either an example or a warning. An example of what to do or a warning of what not to do. And I can tell you, when I first got started in this profession 20 years ago, my story was not an example. It was a warning. It was a warning of what not to do. In fact, my failure to start properly inside of this business was one of the biggest blessings that I have, because it makes it easy for me to relate to people that didn't get off to a fast start. It makes it easy for me to relate to what it's like to feel like you kind of fell flat on your face and not even sure if this is something that's ever going to work and if it's going to be possible for me to be able to do. So today's training is going to be a little bit different, because I'm going to be doing a kind of a getting started training, but I'm also going to be doing a coaching training for all of these agents here, because many of you are professionals. You've been doing this for a long time, and some of you are brand new. For those of you guys that have built big businesses and big teams, you've built teams in the tens, hundreds, some of you in the thousands, tens of thousands of people. I want to make sure and give you some of the philosophies and the reasons why I do some of the things I do in my getting started training when we're launching a new agent. Now, this is one of the things that there's never the perfect strategy, because everybody's different. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to do this process, and I'm going to share with you some of the things I ask, some of the things I focus on, and more importantly, what are the objectives of a getting started training, a game plan interview, in order for us to get movement in the right direction, for us to be able to continue to grow our business. So if you have something to write on and you're ready to take notes, I want you to type into the chat box and say, I'm ready, so we can get this thing started. I will be opening the floor to be able to ask more questions at the end of today's training. So if you have questions about this specific topic, I can go into them in more detail with you guys. But what I want you guys to understand is that every individual that you sit down that is getting started in our business is different. They have different goals, different dreams, different motivations. They also have different fears. They have different levels of commitment. And just because somebody signed up as an agent doesn't mean they're necessarily in. And just because somebody hasn't signed up as an agent doesn't mean that they're not really interested. In fact, I've had some people that aren't even registered do more activity than people that have actually joined. So there's a difference between enrollment and actual commitment and mental commitment. And so what I want to do is share with you guys some of these philosophies, some of the actions and things that I do. Now, when a new person gets started in our business, generally speaking, their excitement is at a all-time high, but it also is usually coupled with a lot of nervous kind of butterflies. So you have excited butterflies and you have nervous butterflies. And our goal at this game plan is to help the excited butterflies kick the crap out of the nervous ones. So that way we can get moving here inside of our business and get things moving faster. So, but when it comes to this, You're at your highest level of excitement and your lowest level of knowledge. So when you're a brand new agent, what we want to do is we want to give you a few things. And when I show somebody this, I don't want them to go out there and expose somebody to our business model and show somebody our product line before they have had this game plan. Okay. So first things first, when I'm sitting down with a brand new agent that's getting started in our business, and I may already know this information, but I may not. Now, as a support team, if you are the upline bronze or royale or silver or gold or platinum, and you're working with a new agent that's brought into your business, generally speaking, new agents are introduced by new people. And so it's very important to be connecting with those new agents and don't rely on somebody new to teach somebody who's new how to go out there and be successful. So dive into your organization, go reach out to your new agents because they're the lifeblood of our business in order to grow this successfully. Now, we are going to be updating this training over the weeks to come and over the months to come as more and more developments are happening through South Africa. All right. So, well, I'm sorry, through all of Africa, because this is a call not just for Africa, it's all over the world. But there are a few differences, right? We have our NFR markets in Africa. We have a couple different things available in Europe and our fully open licensed countries that we currently have in the world of secret. And there are a few different nuances that are a little bit different in the compensation. And there's a difference a little bit in shipping. Some of the people are using forward shippers, so it's taking a little bit longer for their products to get there in certain parts of Africa. There are those that are ordering through our NFR program that some parts of Africa and Western and Eastern Africa, it's coming from the Netherlands and it gets there very fast, but there's some extra cost in that of duties and import taxes. And then there's those that are in South Africa where we have a distribution center in Johannesburg, which is very effective and reliable at getting our products to people. And we are expanding out the reach for us to be able to deliver more to the SADC area from our South Africa distribution center to the Southern African countries. So that being said, there are a few things that are going to adjust, but there are across the board some very common things that are very important with your first game plan. Okay? So the first thing is who is this person that I'm meeting with and what is important to them? So these are a few things that I'm going to find out about the new person that has joined my business. Okay. So the first thing is why. So I'm going to write this down in your notes. This is where I start every game plan and it's where I start every session. Okay. So this is step number 1. Why? Okay. Why are you doing the business? Okay. What is the reasons? One of the things that I have found out in life is reasons come first, answers come second. You find a big enough reason why, you will figure out how. So now we don't need to spend a ton of time on this, but I do want to know. And these are the questions. So a lot of this game plan, the reason I call it a game plan interview is because I'm really interviewing this new agent about their business and helping them set up a game plan based around the interview. Because remember, they're not in business for you, they're in business for themselves. And your job is to give them the right strategy and the right game plan and the right direction for them to be able to win at their game. Now, if I need to know what they want, because somebody that wants to make $200 a month, somebody that wants to make $2,000 a month, and someone that wants to make $20,000 a month, those are different game plans. Those are different levels of commitment. So number 1, why are you doing the business? So here's a couple questions I ask people. What motivated you to get started? So please write these questions down. I'm going to give you a lot of good questions to ask. What motivated you to get started? Okay, perfect. Now they may tell you, a lot of people say, oh, I love the products or I love this. Next question I'm going to be asking people consistently is I'm going to say, do you have an income goal? Do you have an income goal? Okay. Now, some people say, well, a lot. I say, that's awesome. Listen, I want to help you make as much as possible, as fast as possible. All right. But I want to know, okay, over the course of the next 90 days. Now, I'm going to ask, I specifically say 90 days. Over the course of the next 90 days, how much would you like to be able to make? Okay. Not like the, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever, but what would make you kind of like, oh, this is pretty good, right? So I'm happy with this. What I'm trying to find out is what is their expectation that if this was met, they would be happy to continue building their business. Okay. So please write this in your notes. One of the most important parts of launching a new agent, in fact, I think probably one of the most underrated parts, is managing expectations. Managing expectations. People need good directions. Okay. And you need to make sure that they manage those expectations. So number one is, how much do you want to earn? Do you have an income goal? What would you like to earn in the next 90 days? Okay. And then another question I'm going to follow up with that is a little bit farther in the future. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Now, a lot of times they haven't really thought about this, but I want them to start thinking about it and planting seeds for this. Because if you are going to build a real business, I don't know any business in the world that you can start and become wildly successful and have a solid foundation that you can do in just a handful of months. So I want to know, do they see themselves being there? Now, they may not yet. This is a brand new person. They might even still be skeptical on if this works or not. So I'm going to be varying from their level of commitment in these conversations. Okay. So now, follow-up question to this is, how much time do you see yourself investing in your business? How much time do you see yourself investing in your business? Now, I use some of these language on purpose. All right. How much time do you see yourself investing into your business? It's not my business. This is your business. Okay. So 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week. I want to have that number written down. Okay. So this is an important part of their why. Okay. So from their why, I want to know some of these things, like what are some of their goals, income. Okay. If they have, 5 years, this is one of those questions I ask. And how much time? Okay. How much time are you going to invest in your business? Is it 5 hours a week? Is it 10 hours a week? Is it more? Now, the reason why this is a very important number is I want them to have a commitment of how much they're going to be putting into their business. Now, if they say 10 hours a week, that's great. Now the goal is to say, okay, now, perfect. How much time do you have a week? All right. Now, how long? Okay. So let's say somebody says, I want to make $500 a month. Okay. In US dollars. I know we have different currencies all over Africa, $500 US dollars a month. And they say they want to work 10 hours a week around their schedule. I say, perfect. How long would you be willing to work 10 hours a week in order for us to help you get to $500 a month? They say 3 months or to 6 months. I don't know. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to ask them is, what do they think? Now, if somebody says, I want to make $1 million and I want to do 5 hours a week and I want to do it by next month, then we're going to have to adjust some of those timeframes. Okay. So, right. But in this is one of those things that's really, really, really important. Okay. So, all right. Hey, Marshmallow, I'm on a Zoom. You can't bark at people. All right. So now, sorry, hang on a sec. Let me get back to my little screen here. Okay. So now in this, these are a couple things. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. Most of the time when people get started in the business and I ask them why, it's usually around making more money and having more time. Okay. And I used to spend a long time on this, but I'm not going to go too deep into it. But here's what I am going to say. I'm going to say, listen, if you're getting started in this business, it's very important to understand this is a business. If you're successful in secret, it's going to be because of you. If you fail in secret, it's going to be because of you. It's like the gym. If you want to get in shape, you got to go. I can go with you and we can work out together, but I can't lift the weights for you and you get the results. It's something where you're going to have to do it. Now, in the beginning, this might be a little uncomfortable. It will be challenging in the beginning, but what is challenging in the beginning will eventually become easy as you continue doing this. But more importantly, before we go into how, I need to know why. And so what are those dreams? What are those goals? Okay. So the other reason I write why, kind of like this, is I believe this stands for what's hurting you. What's hurting you? Meaning, what needs to change in your life? I have found a lot of times bigger motivator than dreams and goals or, gain. One of the biggest motivators in life for most people is pain. In fact, most people are pushed by pain until they're pulled by vision. So what is something in your life that is painful that's pushing you that you don't want anymore? You don't want to deal with. Maybe it's bill collectors. Maybe it's, not being afraid to answer unknown phone calls. Maybe it's, being able to get your kids into a better school. Maybe it's moving to a different area of town that's safer, nicer. Maybe it's getting into a more reliable car. Maybe it's being able to pay off some unsecured credit card debt or student loans. What is it that is painful that we want to work on and change? And, what's the first thing? If we were able to knock out one bill, that would be the most important bill. And they're like, okay, yeah, I want to get my credit card down. Perfect. How much extra do you want to put a month on that? I want to put $100 a month extra on my credit card to pay it off much, much faster. Great. So now we've got a goal for this. So again, I'm going to say it. Reasons come first, answers come second. Find a big enough reason why, you'll always figure out how, but you got to get clear about what you want, because clarity is power. Clarity is power. So that's step number one, is why. Now we're going to get into the how-tos. So right now, currently in the marketplace, we are in Africa, we are in an NFR status, all right? And we are adding the customer program to Africa, which will be coming here in 2022. And very soon I'll be having some dates and timeframes for you as to when that will be implemented. But for now, what we're really focused on is growing the distribution network. Now, growing the distribution network inside of Africa is we're looking to help somebody get started, and we're looking for agents who want to go build their business. Now, an agent can go buy products, and if they have people that want to purchase those products from them, also be it, right? But for now, what we really want to focus on is introducing people to these products, introducing people to the opportunity to participate in the world of Secret. Now, in this, where this comes into play is the next step here, which is very simple, is creating your list, okay? So step number 2 is your list. Now, who goes on your list? Well, really everybody, but we want to be a little more specific than that. And the reason why is because in the very beginning, one of the most important things that we want to do is there are people that we know, okay? Now, here's the situation when it comes to your list, and I draw this out for a new person, okay? I say, look, okay, this is you, okay? People, and these are people that you know, all right? So these are friends, family, coworkers. So these people, they know you, which means there's a level of trust, okay? Now, what I mean by trust is that they would trust a recommendation from you. If you said, hey, do you like your dentist? And they said, yeah, I love my dentist, they'd take a recommendation. If you went to a restaurant and they said, yeah, the food was great, they'd probably believe in you, right? If you went and saw a good movie, they said, how was that movie? And you said it was amazing, you got to go see it. They'd probably go, okay, I'll check it out, okay? So you might have similar likes or interests, they trust you. But there's usually very little respect, especially the closer you are with someone. Okay. Now, here's what I mean. It's not they don't respect you as a person. It's that they know that you're not an expert in this because you're brand new. See, when I started network marketing, my background was with entertainment. I taught dance classes and I was going to college. I was broke. So when I call people and I say, listen, I started a business, most of them were thinking something with entertainment or possibly illegal. Right? So, they know they weren't thinking not 40 countries, billion in sales, 20-year-old enterprise that's transitioning their entire global operations from a retail business model that has the #1 selling of Dead Sea products manufactured by the largest company of L'Oreal in the entire world, with nutrition added and a club membership and a lifestyle That's not what they're thinking if you sell somebody, I started a business, right? So what I want you to understand in the beginning, you are the messenger, you are not the message. Okay. So what we want to use is we want to use an expert. Okay. So people, okay, respect experts. Okay. That says respect. Sorry. Okay. So what you want to do is edify. Okay. Now, edify is a new word that I'd never heard prior to network marketing. And edification is simply speaking highly of someone or something. Okay. So when we do this all the time, if somebody says, well, how's the movie? And you're like, oh my gosh, it was ridiculous. What are we doing? We're edifying the movie, right? It was one of the best things I'd ever seen. It was incredible, like the story, the characters. But one of the things is if somebody asks you about it specifically, you're not going to get into too much details because you don't want to ruin the movie for them. So that's how I want you to think about this. You're not here to ruin the movie. You want them to see it for themselves. If somebody kept pressing you, well, what happened at the end? Oh, well, I don't want to ruin it for you. Now, if you recommended a good restaurant to somebody and you say, listen, oh my God, there's amazing food down the street, you got to go check it out. And they're like, well, who's the chef? I don't know. How many items are on the menu? I don't know. What was the revenue of the business restaurant? How many wait staff are there? You know, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know, but it was good. Why are you being weird? Go check it out. I want you to try it for yourself. I want you to see it for yourself. I want you to experience it for yourself. So when somebody's asking you a whole lot of questions, if you try to be the expert, you're going to run into a brick wall. You are not the expert. You are the messenger. Your job is to invite. Our job is to present, close, and train. Now, the more you do this, this is where you get to earn while you learn. So this is very important process in the beginning of it, and is the area that most people make the biggest mistakes and experience the most pain when they are launching their new business. Okay, so this is one of those things that's really important when you take a look at this that I talk about with people. So on your list, here's an easy place to start, our phone. So here's what I do with everybody is your contact list. Okay, so contact list on your phone. So now I really actually want every single person here to do this. When I'm sitting down with a new agent, this is immediately what I do. I say, hey, do me a favor, give me your phone. And that's crazy. They always go like this. They just give you your phone. Now, if you are not on the Zoom, or you can actually maybe pull it off, or you're on your computer, I want you to pull your phone out real quick. And I want you to go to the contact section on your phone. Now, on an iPhone, it's at the very, very, very bottom. On Android, a lot of times there's a number at the very top of how many contacts are in your phone. So if you scroll on an iPhone all the way to the bottom, Android at the top, there's a number of contacts that are in the phone. Now, I want you guys to do me a favor, type into the chat box how many contacts are in your phone. I want to see. Okay, so let me know how many contacts are in that phone. 1,020 and 1,400, 80, 250, 400, 330, 1,248, right? So 728, 1,680, 1,400. Wow, you guys are pretty crazy. Now, the reason why some of you have so many contacts in your phone is because a lot of you have been doing network marketing and you've been networking on purpose for many years. Now, if it's linked to your Facebook or your Instagram, just so you guys know, the average person that I sit down with has about 200 contacts in their phone, okay? Now, there's a very important reason why I do this, okay? The reason I have their phone is this. I look at the phone and I will write down in my game plan interview on my paper with this person, how many contacts are in their phone. Now, in this case, let's say there's 250 contacts, right? So here's what I'm going to do on this. I'm going to write it down on the paper and I'm going to say, listen, John, Sarah, Henry, they have 250 contacts in your phone. How many of these people have skin? Yeah, all of them. Now, I don't know anybody that's trying to look older, faster, uglier, quicker. Do you? No. Right now, out of these 250 people, do some of them have health challenges that are looking for more energy, or they're looking for better sleep or better rest, or they want to be able to maybe lose some weight or put on some weight, or maybe they want to be able to recover from some of the challenges that they're experiencing in their health. They want their power back. Yes. Right? Are there people in here that want to travel more? They want to experience the world more? Absolutely. Are there people in this 250 that want to be able to make more income? They want to make more money, right? They want this year to be better than last year. Is that true? Yes. Now, here is why we get paid. We get paid to find out. Now, here's the problem. A lot of the times you think the people won't, and the people that you think won't, will. Why is it? I don't know. I didn't make it up. Why does the sun rise in the east and set in the west? Wouldn't spend much time on that. I love how Jim Rohn says, don't sign up for that class. It's just the way it is. So in this 250, one of the things is this, is I'm going to literally grab their phone. And when I grab their phone, I'm just going to list off some names. I'm going to say, so check this out, right? So Sarah, right? So who's Sarah? Oh, Sarah. Yeah, I haven't thought about her, right? So I'll just scroll up and ask Robert. Okay. All right. So, and how about the Remy, right? So, oh yeah, Remy. So as most people, what they're thinking about is only the 20 people they talk to on a regular basis. They don't talk to, some of you have thousands, right? You don't even talk to hundreds usually, okay? But the reason I'm gonna go through this is I want them to see, because I don't ever wanna hear from them two things in the future after this game plan. Number one, I don't have time. because they told me they'd had 10 hours a week to commit to their business. Number two, I don't know anyone, because we both know that's not true. I'm looking at all these people. How did they get in your phone if you don't know anyone, right? So now in this, when I'm looking at this, I'm saying, okay, so here's the thing. You and I, our goal is to show these people what we have to offer. Now, which one of them are going to be interested? We don't know. Our job is not to judge. Okay. So here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to judge these people. We don't know which one of these people are interested. The reason we make a great deal of income is we are in network marketing. We are marketing to the network. The reason I call it network marketing is we're not doing network convincing. We're not doing network begging. We're doing network marketing, which means marketing is I'm going to show you what I have. And if you like it, great. And if you don't, great. Because I don't want you to join. In the United States, we have the National Football League, which stands for NFL for short. And I don't want you to join what we call as a joke, the NFL, which is no friends left. Okay. And the reason why is we're not here to beg. We're not here to convince. And I actually say that to them, and I'm going to have them say it back to me. Say it with me now. I am not begging and I'm not convincing. Say it with me. I will not beg, raise your right hand, cover your heart, right? So I swear I will not beg. I will not convince, right? Now, here's the thing. They're going to do it anyway. All right. They're going to do it anyway. But again, managing expectations. If they know these things up front, these are going to be very smooth things. So a lot of this game plan, just so you guys know, for a new person, and especially if you're brand new, is making sure they know the road that's ahead of what not to do, not as much necessarily always as to what to do. What are the pitfalls that a new person runs into that gets them to check out of the business or quit the business before they've even actually started properly? Okay. So in that, we're going to do it. And the last thing I'm going to do is this is, and I highly recommend that you do this. I carry a deck of cards with me at all times. So leadership, go get a deck of cards. Are these cheap? Yeah, they're very cheap. Carry it with you at all times. It's in my backpack. I never leave home without it. Right. So the only reason I didn't have it in South Africa, which I normally did, is because I literally took everything out of my bag and it was sitting right here on my desk. I forgot to put it back into my bag. So, but here's one of the things, and I do take about 5 minutes to do this illustration. All right. So one of the things that I'm going to talk to them about is the fact that, again, we are not here to beg. We are not here to convince. So I'm going to show them this deck of cards, and I'm going to say, how many cards are in this deck? 52. It's actually 54 because there's two jokers, but let's just say there's 54. Okay. So now how many fives are there? There's 4. How many kings? How many 10s? How many 2s? There's 4 of everything. Right. So, all right. There's also 4 of these, the ace. Right. Now in most games, the ace is the most valuable card in the deck. All right. So in this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show them this, and I'm going to say, listen, what if we decided to play a game? And I'm just going to shuffle up these cards. Okay. And when I shuffle up the cards here real quick, I'm going to say, listen, we're going to play a game, and the name of the game is Find Aces. Okay. So find aces. Where are the aces? Okay. In this deck now that we've shuffled it. And the answer, of course, has to be, well, we don't know. But are they in here? Yes. Okay. Now, if I said to you, I was going to give you $20 for every ace you found in this deck, how fast would you flip the deck? Yeah, really fast, right? Like, okay, so we flip over the first card. It's a 7. How long are you going to spend on a 7? None, because I'm not paying you for 7s. I'm paying you to find aces. Now, does the 7 mean that there's no aces in the deck? No. Now, a 7 is somebody that's in the middle. Maybe they're kinda, sorta. This is what I call a when-I person. Do you guys know these people? I don't know if you have them in Africa. When I get the money, when I get some time, when the kids go back to school, when COVID gets better, when the new year comes, when the tax season comes, when the sun and the moon and stars align. What do I do with them? You just follow up with them, fortune's in the follow-up, right? So, but, you just keep following up with them and get them to the next event, get them to the next exposure. All right. Now, the next card is a jack. How much am I paying you for jacks? Nothing. So how long? But what most people do is they try to convince this jack. They're like, no, you need to do this. You can do this, right? So they start convincing, or they start begging, no, I need you. I need one more, please. I'll pay for you. Right? So we don't want to do that. All right, next one. Oh, I got a joker. This is somebody that's going to laugh at you. Oh, you're doing network marketing. You're going to run across somebody that's negative, right? How many of you guys have already met somebody that's negative about network marketing? They don't believe in it. They just, or they're going to say something as ignorant as it's a scam. Having someone tell you secret is a scam would be as ignorant as somebody saying the gym is a scam. And here's what I mean by that. Imagine I come back from the gym and I came to you and I said, hey, listen, I just joined the gym. And you're like, you did what? You joined the gym? Why would you do that? I was like, well, what do you mean? I want to get in shape this year, right? And you're like, oh, did you pay an initiation fee? Yeah. Do you pay every month? Yeah. They take it out of your account every month, like an auto ship? Well, yeah, that's how it works. They're like, oh my God, please tell me you can cancel. Go get your money back. And I'm like, why? You know, and it's like, I want to get in shape. It's a great program, right? And they're like, no, it's a scam. Really? Yep, total scam. I'm like, how do you know? It's like, well, my friend signed up for the gym last year. Look at him. He's still not in shape. Right now, look, it's not that gyms don't work. It's not that secret doesn't work. It's people don't work most of the time. Right. So in this, if you sign up for the gym and you don't go, expect no results. As a new agent, if you sign up in the business and you don't expose people and market our products and services, you can also expect no results. Okay. Now you can learn a lot, but you're not going to earn a lot of income. So what do? We need to flip another card. Now it's a queen. This is close to an ace, but it's not. This is not a queen. This is the drama queen. Now, this is the drama woman. You don't even want her in your business. Please don't convince her to join, right? We have a 6, we have a 4. Now, here's the thing as I'm going through this deck, you know, whether it's a negative person, a when-I person, a maybe kind of sort of, I'll see how you do first. You're going to hear all that stuff. And the thing that's very important for the new agent is you can't stop because of this. And again, we're not here to beg. We're not here to convince. Raise your hand. I'm not here to beg. I'm not here to convince, right? So what I'm going to do is very understandably is understand what I want to do. Understandably understand. That's sound like Joe Biden right now. Geez. So, but when you go through this, what I'm going to tell them is that you're inevitably going to run into this moment probably. This is a very important teaching moment. At some point, you're going to be introducing people and you're going to have this feeling. And you're going to think something like this. And this is usually when I get the phone call and they're like, Jesse, it's not working. And I'm like, well, what's going on? I've talked to everybody I know. No one's interested. And I know it feels like that, but it's not. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was 6. Now the odds of getting an ace are 1 out of 13. So I want you to think about that. In order to find an ace, you got to flip roughly about 13 cards. Now, if I flip over 13 cards, am I guaranteed an ace? And the answer, of course, is no. Even if I flip over 20 cards, I'm not guaranteed an ace. But if I flip over all 52 cards, I'm guaranteed to find 4. So this analogy, as I'm going through it, is if I keep flipping cards, eventually I will find an ace. And when you find an ace, people are like, I never doubted it for a second, right? And then they start flipping more cards and they get a no, a kinda, a maybe, a jack, joker, a kinda, a negative person, no money, you're dumb, and an ace, right? So in this, I don't know where the aces are in your deck, and you don't know where they are in your contact list. But if you have 250 contacts in your phone, that's like having 5 decks of cards. Now, what we need to do is we need to sort. We are not here to convince. We are here to sort. Now, in this is probably one of the most important things that you can show somebody. It's quick, simple, effective as an analogy to manage expectations. Most people think of our business like a lottery. They're going to like scratchers. It's almost like this. This is what they think of. This is most people in network marketing. It's like they think of it like gambling, right? I've got these 4 cards and it's like scratchers, you know, and they'll flip one over. I guess this thing doesn't work, right? So they think of it like a lottery mentality. Flipping 4 cards is not enough to ensure success. Okay. I don't know where you're going to find it. Now, if you flip over your first card in the deck and it's an ace, don't think it's because you were good. It's because you were what? You got lucky. So trust me, you're going to run into all the other people too, because they're all, the whole deck of cards is in that contact list, right? So now I wish it was simple enough where people could walk around and they were just like this, and I didn't have to go expose them to our business, because I was like, oh, this person's a 3, but they don't. They walk around like this, and we get paid to go like this. And how do we do it? Our job is to introduce them to Secret so they can see it for themselves. We are in the business of marketing. So I want you to think about it in this context. If you became a real estate agent, the first thing you would want to do is this: let everybody know you do real estate. Hey, I'm in real estate. If you're looking to buy or sell or refinance, let me know, I'm your guy. All right. So am I trying to sell them a house today? No, but I want people to have top of the mind awareness so they know about my products and my services. So that way, when they're ready to travel, when they're ran out of shampoo, when they have a problem with their skin, when they have a problem with their health, when they aren't getting, the medicines that they're taking don't seem to be working and they're looking for results, or they're sick and tired of being sick and tired of waking up every day on the grind and looking for a different level of freedom or passive income because they don't want to keep doing, or they lost their job, or a spouse got laid off, or they're sick and they need an additional income, or their kids comes back at 12 years old from the dentist and they're like, I need braces, and like, crap, I needed more money. Where can I find that? They think of you. But if they didn't know what you did. So in the beginning of this game, the process is that you are in the business of exposures, not convincing, not selling, exposures. How many people can we get exposed as quickly as possible to launch your business? Now, I realize we're working with you 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week, but we want to be effective at doing that. If we are not continuously introducing people, flipping cards, then we aren't doing the business. You're in the business, but you're not doing the business. It's like signing up for the gym, but you haven't lifted the weights. So we want to get you results. So I spent more time on this than I normally do with a new person, but I wanted to give you the philosophy and why this is so important in managing expectations, to get them to understand they're going to run across negative. They're going to run across people that are going to say this. They're going to run across people that are going to say, when I get the money, or see how you do. And that's fine. Those aren't the people we're looking for right now. We are looking for the people that have that now spark, that are ready to get going now, because I got to get my new agent a win. Because if they're sitting waiting to convince the people that are kind of sort of that may never get started, then a lot of times they'll end up stopping the business. Okay, so moving on. Step number 2, so from the list. Okay, the last thing in this list that I'm going to do, okay, so sorry, before we move on to step 3, okay, is I call it top 10 easiest and top 10 best. Okay, this is where I want to start. Some of them have hundreds of contacts on their phone. So I'm going to ask one time, and only one time, for them to do a little prejudging. Now, what do I mean by the easiest? Who are the easiest people that you think you can approach with Secret that would probably just either join or buy, or maybe potentially join because they love you? Okay, or maybe they look up to you, or maybe they're just, they would do it just for you. Okay, most people have 1 or 2 people in their lives like that. Okay, but the next is, who's your best? Like, if you were to create your board of directors, people that have the most influence, people that have the biggest followings, people that everybody's, would talk about, right? So now, sometimes somebody would be on both lists, but usually they'll be on one or the other. Okay, good example. My grandma was on my easiest list. My aunt was on my never call list. Now, I still called her, but I just knew, because she's just super negative, right? So now in this top 10 easiest, top 10 best. Now, I'm not looking for every one of these people, but what if I could get 20% of the people that are the easiest and 10% of the people that are the best to join my business? I'm going to find my first 3 people. Okay. So in this, again, not convincing, not begging, we are sorting. Okay. So in this, the next piece of the puzzle is step number 3. Okay. All right, which is a launch. Launch, okay? Launch, a lot of times they'll call it a launch party. Sometimes they'll call it a grand opening. Grand opening. Okay. There's lots of different names. Sometimes I've heard it referred to as a spa party. I've heard it said a wow party. I've heard it said a travel party. I've heard it said a business launch party. I've heard it called, I had one woman saying that she was inviting over moms. And so she called it a mommy and mud and me party. I had a young group of people that was very excited. They called it a mud and margarita party. I don't care what you call it. All right. All we're really doing here is scheduling your first 2 launch. Now, my recommendation is to do your first 2. Okay. So you want to set up 2 launches. Okay. And the reason why is this: the people that can't make it to your first launch, you want to invite them to the one. There are people that are going to say they're coming to your first one that won't come. Okay. But they can come to the second one. So if you have 2 scheduled, when you invite, you don't have to recall them to invite them to the second one if you have them both scheduled. Also, there are people that will tell you they're coming to the first launch and they're not going to show up. They just won't. Okay. So, and then you want to re-invite them to the second one. So 2 parties. Okay. So ASAP. Now, my goal is to have roughly 3 to 5 people at each party. Okay. 3 to 5 people at each party. Can you have more? And the answer is yes. But what I don't want somebody to think is they need to like recreate their whole lives. This doesn't need to be a month out. We could do it tonight. We could do it tomorrow. We could do it this weekend, but this can happen right away. All right. If now the party only takes an hour, you said you've got 5 hours a week. Let's find an hour. People say, well, I got to figure out when people are available. It's not how this works. All right. I want you to think about it like a wedding. You don't call everyone and be like, when are you available to come to my wedding? You schedule your wedding, you send out invites, right? So now this is not that big of a deal. We're just looking for a few people, not 30, not 300, right? So we're just looking for 3 to 5 people. Now, on average, what I have found is about 1 out of 4 that you invite will show. Which means if you want to get 3 to 5 people, you got to invite somewhere between 15 to 20 people to get 3 to 5 that will show up. Okay. So this is important when you're launching a party. Now, all I need you to do is I'm going to show you how to do the party later because I'm going to be doing it with you. Someone in my support team, we're going to do it with you. Okay. So, but in this, okay, when we do this, this is going to be a demonstration and it's going to be amazing, but your job is simply to invite. Now I'm going to teach a short invite on how to invite for your party. Okay. So now a couple of things in the invitation, and then we're going to do them. I believe there's 3 things that are very important in the invitation. But I want them to understand it's not what you say, it's how you say it, okay? The first one, okay, so is urgent, okay? So I want you to be urgent, important, okay? So urgent, important, and excited, right? So urgent, important, excited. These are things that I think are very important in your invitation. So you want to be urgent. You're not here to have this is not a long conversation. This is an invitation, not a presentation. I'm inviting you to come take a look at it. So I want them to know that it's important to me. So when I invited people to my launch party, when I first got started 20 years ago, I said, listen, so it's very important to me that you come. It's very important to me that you come. I want you to see what I'm doing. I'm very excited. So it's something I'm very excited about. I'm urgent on the call, and it's very important to me. Now, some people want to invite with what it is. Some people don't. It's more of a little bit your discretion, okay? But one of the most important things I think you can do in your invitation is clear calendar first. And what I mean by that, clear your calendar first, is ask availability. So if I was inviting Henry, and I said, I called up Henry, ring, ring, Henry picks up. I say, hey, Henry, hey, are you free Sunday at 6 for 1 hour to come by my place? He's going to say yes, no. He says, no, I'm actually at work. I say, okay, cool. No problem. What about Wednesday at 6? Because I have my second one to invite him to, right? I got scheduled 2 parties. No, I got dinner with the family. All right. So, okay, well, listen, don't worry about it. I'll call you later. That's how long that phone call is. Remember, I'm inviting him to my launch party. If he's not available, I don't need to stay on the phone with him. And here's the thing I found out. If you leave that conversation, the number one thing he's going to say, wait, what's going on? He said, listen, you're not available. Don't worry about it. I'll call you later. Okay. So, well, maybe I am available. Well, if you're available, let me know. I'll invite you to what I'm doing. If not, don't worry about it. I don't have time. I got a lot of people I got to invite. All right. So now in this conversation, this is one of those things that I'm talking to them about. They say, well, what's going on? Meaning what's going on is I'm available based on what you say next. So I always ask them, I say, well, listen, if you're free, I'll let you know. If not, don't worry about it. Okay. So what I'm doing is I want to get as many people to the party. Now, if I have 10 people that I want to show secret to, okay, I have 10 people that I want to show secret to, I could go individually meet with those 10 people. Let's say I spent 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, or I could invite all 10 people over and show all of them together to launch my business. That's saving time. That's compressing time. So when I'm working with a new agent, I say this is the fastest, most effective way in order for you to be able to launch your business to shorten timeframes. Because look, you only got 5 hours a week. You only got 10 hours a week. Let's get you launched quickly here by getting this started. Now, there are some people that for whatever reason won't do this, and it's sad. And I'm still going to be unreasonable in saying that you want to launch your business properly this way, okay? But I don't care. I've done these in dorm rooms. I've done them in trailer parks. I've done them in an outside picnic area. You know, I had one person say, well, I can't do a party at my house. And I said, why not? He said, I don't have furniture. And I was like, doesn't matter. We'll sit on the floor. He said, the people you're inviting over, have they been to your house? He said, yeah, some of them. I said, so they already know you don't have furniture. That's not a shocker. Right. So we invited him over. It was my favorite thing ever. We sat down and I said, before we started the presentation, I said, all I want you to do is say, hey, thank you guys for coming. Tell them why you're excited about the business and introduce me. That's it. I'm going to present the products to them and present the business. And he said, great. And so here's what he did. He got up and he said, hey guys, super excited. I'm launching this new business. The reason I'm doing this is so I can afford furniture. And everybody got it, right? It was very simple. They're like, yeah, that makes sense, because that would be nice to sit on furniture right now. And so a couple of people signed up because they're like, I hope this helps you buy furniture, right? So now in that, so you're scheduling your first 2 launch parties, okay? Now, outside of scheduling your first 2 launch parties, then behind your first 2 launch parties, you want to schedule an online party. Okay. And this is usually going to be done over Zoom for everyone that didn't make it to the first one, didn't make it to the second one, or doesn't live local to you. Okay. That they aren't able to, but everything we're doing here is no different. What we're doing is we're introducing people to our products and introducing people to our business. That's it. Now, we can do it in a small group. We can do it individually. We can do it online. This is just one of the most effective ways to compress timeframes. But our goal is to flip a full deck as fast as possible. Flip a full deck as fast as possible, because what we're looking to do is go find you your first 4 aces, okay? Now, in doing this, that's what's going to help you get promoted. Now, those are the first 2 pieces, the first 3 pieces of the puzzle. I will normally spend a few minutes on that. The 4th piece, okay, and the last piece of getting started that I go over with somebody, okay, so when they first get started, is training, okay? So, and training / get connected, okay? So what I want to do is I want to onboard my new agent into my team system, okay? Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, there are a lot of different teams here from all over Africa and professional leaders. Okay. So what is your team Facebook? If you have a Facebook page, while I'm with them, Facebook. Okay. I will connect them to the team Facebook page. If you have I'll have them join the group right there while they're with me. I'm not going to tell them we're going to join the group. I'm going to welcome them into my Facebook group. If I have a WhatsApp group, okay, that I have for the team, if I have an Instagram for my team, if I have a Telegram for my team, if I have a team website, okay, okay, if I have a team call that we do, a training call that we do weekly, whatever it is that's going to connect them to my team, I'm going to do those things, right? The other thing I'm going to do is introduce them to my support team. Okay, this is very important. I know for a fact this new agent is going to meet somebody who's negative. I want to make sure I counterbalance that with making sure that they meet people that have shown them that this business works very well. So I'm going to introduce them to people in their support team. Who is their upline royale? Who is their upline silver, gold, or platinum? And I'm going to introduce them. And it might just be through a WhatsApp group, right? And a WhatsApp message, or I might just do a quick phone call to introduce them to my support team. So they know that there's a great group of people that's here to support them. So now getting connected, getting plugged in, getting training, and then promoting the next event. Okay. Whatever the next event is. Now, right now, if there's not an event, maybe there's another party that's happening that somebody's doing that we could go to so they could see it. The more they see, the more exposure they get, the more they, hear it, Because just because you heard it one time doesn't mean you get it, you know it, you love it, right? It's a process. It's always constantly evolving, right? So now, if there's a live event in your area, get to it. If you aren't doing live events in your area, leadership, it's time to start doing some live events. I don't care if it's 5 people. I don't care if it's 20 people. I don't care if it's a weekly event in a living room or a coffee shop, but we need to start doing events where people can come for social proof to meet the people that they're going to be working with. Okay. And I love Zoom. Zoom is good, but Zoom is really the glue. Okay. All right. So events, meaning live events, are the bricks that are going to build your business. So get connected and get online. So this is the last piece of the puzzle, right? On getting them connected to the team, onboarding them into our system. So that way they stay close to the fire and they're consistently learning and growing. So now the last piece of the puzzle that I'm going to just give them is this, and then we're going to get to work. Step number one, I say, listen, seriously. Okay. If you're in this business, I don't care if you want to go 2 miles an hour or 200 miles an hour. My goal is to help you launch. Okay. I don't care if you want to go fast, you want to go slow, but we got to get you off the ground. So in the beginning, I'm going to ask you in the very beginning, and not for a long period of time, I need a little bit more from you just in the beginning to get it launched. Once you're launched, you can decide if you want to go fast or you want to go slow. But if we don't get this plane off the ground, it just kind of, it runs out of runway and it just dies and you never get this thing going. Trust me, from my experience, this is very, very important. Now, the second thing I'm going to tell them, and this is very important, if you're ever overwhelmed in your business, it's your fault. And here's what I mean by it. It's your business, which means you can do as much or as little as you want, which means if you're feeling overwhelmed, here's the only problem. You're on the wrong game plan, or you're trying to run at somebody else's speed. See, when I got started, I pushed a lot of people out of the business because I was trying to go 200 miles an hour and some people weren't ready. And they're like, oh, this is too much for me, right? I would rather you go at your pace that works for you and build the business than believe it's too overwhelming and too much and stop because you're trying to do too much. Guys, most people are starting spare time in between time. Most people have big fears around what this is and how it's going to work. They're going to run into one of the worst things that people a lot of times experience, which is rejection. Because people's biggest fear in life is that they're not enough. And if they're not enough, or I won't be loved. And what does that mean, right? So I understand that that's going to be part of it. But I want you to know that this is that as challenging as this may seem maybe in the beginning, right? It's just because it's something new that you've maybe never done. But once you do it for a little while, it's very simple. Like learning a language, it might be difficult in the beginning, but once you practice that language, you can speak it, you don't think about it. But this business has the opportunity to give you what you want if you stay consistent. So the most important thing, don't hide out, reach out. Anything that you're experiencing inside of your business, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, I've probably been through it 10,000 times. If not, I know somebody directly that has. So we are here to work with you, but we are not going to build your business for you. So what we need to do right now is we need to go to work. So we're going to get these in your calendar and we're going to start inviting. So when I leave this game plan, when I leave this interview, this is the last piece and the most important piece, leadership. There are 2 things that I am doing at this game plan when I go through all this. So if you look at these steps here real quick that I went through, it's 4 simple steps. Step number 1 is why. We spent a little bit of time in their goals. I found out how much time they want to invest in their business, how much time they're willing to give me. You know, what are some of the pains in their lives? We did a list. We looked at their phone. I talked about how people trust you. We're going to Edify experts. That's anything but you. That's a video. That's a group. That's me. That's our products, right? So we're going to get our top 10 easiest and best written down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to them about deck of cards. We're not here to sort. I'm not here to convince, Reg. We're going to sort. Spend about 5 or 10 minutes on that. I'm going to talk to them about launching their business because it's the fastest way to compress timeframes. You only have 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week. Instead of individually flipping these cards, we can flip a whole bunch of cards at one time. So it's going to be faster for us to find those aces for you in the business. Okay. We're going to invite. 1 out of 4 that you invite will show. We're going to help clear their calendar. We're going to be urgent, important, excited. Okay. And then once we do our first 2, we're going to do 1 online to capture everybody that couldn't make it or the people that don't live locally for me. Okay. And then anybody that I can't get them to the party, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the party to them and I'm going to show them how to demonstrate these products and show the business. Okay. So, and schedule some appointments. Last is getting them connected to the team, promoting the next event, right? And whatever it is, so they can continue their education, okay? So they can continue to learn. Now, once I've done those things, which that usually is going to take me somewhere around 20, 30 minutes. Shouldn't take me longer than that. All right. I know we've taken about 45 minutes on that conversation here today, but I've been doing a lot of other training inside of that. Right. So, and understanding the philosophies behind this, because I'm speaking to not just new people today, I'm speaking to incredible leaders here that are helping pave the way in Africa. Okay. Now, the last thing, two things. And this is where I've made my mistake for years. For years, I used to do really good game plans. Right. And here's what I would do. We would know their why, and we'd go crying about their why. I would train them on the comp plan and exactly how it all works. And they would understand left leg, right leg, and inside and sideline, but binary and commissions and builder bonuses and check match and all this other stuff. And they was like, you got it. Oh yeah, I got it. Right. And I was like, great. And then I would explain more on the products and how this works, how that works and all that stuff. And then I would be like, I'd make a list and we'd even write it all out, write down 20 names, 30 names, 40 names. Great. Right. And then I would send them home. Guess what they would do? Nothing. Most of them would do nothing, right? And a lot of them would join the witness protection program, right? So, and I was like, what happened? I did such a good job. And you didn't. I did. Okay. So most people in the beginning, there's two things we need to do is we need to get them over their first exposure jitters. This is the most important thing, meaning at the game plan, you must, I repeat, must help them with their first invitations. Now, some people want to do that through text messages. I'm okay with that. I grew up doing phone calls. I was making six figures in this industry before I sent my first text message, before I joined Facebook. So I'm kind of ancient. I understand that now. So, but whether you're inviting through text, I want to be there when they make that first one where they feel like they might want to panic and die. Right. And they're like, right now, we're going to call right now. I was like, yeah, who's one of your easiest? You're like, don't pick your hardest. Don't pick your best. Like, let's pick your easiest. Like, who's your best friend? Okay. So perfect. We have the party Sunday at 6. So I want you to invite them. We're going to invite them. Well, what do I say? Well, let's practice it. Help them practice the invitation. Here, invite me real quick. Here's what I recommend you say. Clear the calendar, ask me to invite, ask me these questions, invite me over. And they said, that was good. Here's a suggestion. Well, what if I say this? Here's the thing. You can't say the right thing to the wrong person and the wrong thing to the right person. It's okay. So, but I just want you to understand, when you get up to bat, you're not going to bat 1,000. It's just not going to happen. So we're going to practice it. So invite. All right. So who's your best friend? So here's the thing that I want to do. We're going to do an invitation and we're going to practice this a couple times. Now I want to get out 4 or 5 or 6 or 10. All right, so I'm spending 20 to 30 minutes on the game plan. I'm spending 30 to 40 minutes of the hour on inviting. Because then once it gets in motion, I know that when they're home, they'll be able to do it without me. If they don't do it with you, 9 times out of 10, or if not more, 95 out of 100 times, they're not going to do it when they get home. Because when they get home, the phone's going to weigh 1,000 pounds. And if they get a negative person, I want to be there with them. Be like, I get it. Like my aunt was the same way. So one of the biggest things you can do is save your new people from helping them get over their first exposure jitters. Okay. Lastly, number 1, that's number 1. Number 2, okay, is schedule an appointment. I want to schedule an appointment. Okay. Who can we go meet? Because their party might be on Sunday and it's Tuesday. I don't want to wait that long. All right. So what I want to do is who can we meet right now? Like who's the person we can meet closest to now? So if I meet with somebody, I'm sitting down with Dinah and I'm saying, Dinah, listen, who's your best friend? Who have you been like really wanting to show this to? I know you've been thinking about people, right? Or maybe you've already probably talked to somebody. I was like, oh yeah, my friend, I was telling her and she wants to check it out. I said, perfect. When can we meet her? Let's just call her real quick. And we're going to call up her friend. She's like, okay, great. So she's going to call Carmen. And so Carmen, hey, listen, remember that thing I was telling you about? Or listen, I got something I really want to show you. Can we meet? When can we get together today? Or when's the closest? And can we meet tomorrow? And I'm going to schedule an appointment. I want to leave the game plan with these 2 things. Number 1, them having overcome their first exposure jitters. And number 2, them having an appointment that is already on the books that we're going to. If they leave that, they leave there with excitement. They don't leave there with all this nervousness of if it's going to happen or not, because they have something to look forward to, not something to be scared about. Okay. So scheduling that appointment. So my goal is to get to that next person. in my game plan as fast as humanly possible. That was the biggest mistake I made for years of not doing this. Literally, if you did none of the first part and only did this last part, you'd be better off. Like if you sat down with somebody and you said, listen, Ziggy, check this out. Listen, I'm sure you got started in secret because you want to make more money and you want to have more time. Yes. Okay, perfect. So I'm sure in your future, you'd like to have more financial freedom. Yes. Great. Now you have a list. You have people in your phone. Yes. There's people you know. Yes. Perfect. Listen, I want to have a launch for you so we can introduce those people to find out who's interested and who's not. It's kind of like a deck of cards. We're going to sort through the deck. We're looking for aces. And the lastly is we have these team things. I'm going to put you on our Facebook group. I'm going to put you on our messages. But here's what we want to do. If you really want to go make money, instead of me telling you, let me show you. Who can we go meet right now? And you scheduled appointments, you'd be better off than doing any training. Here's the thing. If you show somebody a result and you help them score in 24, get a sign up or get a presentation or get an appointment in their first little bit, I promise you, they're going to want to learn the game plan. They're going to want to learn the comp plan. They're like, wait a minute, how many do I put on my left and my right? But I, over the years, have just spent so much time teaching things to people that don't matter. If you help them, you got to help them get into action and get them into action right away. So scheduling those appointments, getting over their first exposure jitters, and then helping them through that process. So this is your getting started program. Now, what are we looking to accomplish in this? All right. What we're looking to accomplish inside of our business is very, 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 very simple. We're looking for our first 4 aces. And the reason why is this, is you go get those 4, you're going to earn that extra bonus in Africa. Now, ultimately, we want to get to 6 because that's where you hit that rising star bonus and get your business into profit mode. But again, we don't need to get wrapped up in the details of that because whether they understand that or not, if we don't go present and show people, they don't believe that it works. So we want to go sit down with somebody right away, schedule an appointment to show them secret and demonstrate our products. Now, there's 2 things that are very important and of this piece of the puzzle. If you're brand new, I'm not expecting you to do presents. I am expecting you to learn how to at least demo our main 5 demonstration products, which is our 5 wows that you can demonstrate in 5 minutes. But presenting secret is not something I expect you to do when you're new. However, there's a lot of you right now that this is the system that you haven't done, right? You've been doing presentations, but maybe a lot through PowerPoint or on Zoom. And I think those are great tools and great techniques. And I don't want you to stop doing those. But what I want you guys to do is I want you to really start getting into living rooms, getting into sit downs, getting into coffee shops, getting into demonstrations. Okay. And so I'm going to do a training this week. We'll schedule it and we'll record it for those of you that can't make it on exactly how to do a launch party with secret. That's not going to be today's training because today's training is getting started for the new person and what are the steps I take. So, but for many of you, you might be saying, okay, great. I sit down with my new person. I scheduled their first 2 parties. They're inviting people to it. I'm showing up to do it. What do I do? I promise you we'll give you a training on exactly how to do that. But honestly, here's the simple part. When you're in the living room, share your story, share the company story, share the Dead Sea story, demonstrate our products, share with them about the opportunity to be first to launch Africa, all right? And through the demonstration of the products, people see the validation and belief on the products, and then things will start moving forward. That's the simple steps on it, but we'll go through the individual details, what you do when they come in, how you set the mood the right way, how you demonstrate the products properly, how do you overcome the most common objections, how do you ask for the close, all that stuff. That is a training that is for the leaders that are launching new people to help their business continue to grow. So thank you guys so much for being a part of our Getting Started training here today. This was recorded. It's something that you can send to your new person, but I would highly recommend, I think it's very important that you do these individually because they need that one-on-one time to, you ask the question and they answer it. You can learn from them. Because remember, you need to know who's this person that you're working with. And please understand, a lot of people, when they get started, they have a lot of fear. There's a lot of insecurity. There's a lot of uncertainty when they get started in the business. Your job is to provide confidence. Your job is to provide direction, and your job is to provide support. Your job is not to build their business for them, but show them what to do. Don't tell them what to do. So we do have people here, I'm sure, that may have some questions. So I will stick around for my next Zoom here to answer any questions, but I want to turn it back here to your top Ruby leadership here, Dinah. Thank you so much for hosting this call.
All right. Okay. What an amazing, I have never done a game plan session like that. even for everybody that I've brought on board, the beautiful thing about this for me personally is that I can literally go back to everyone and help them to launch, even myself. You know, I have an opportunity to now launch the business. So right now, while we still have Jessie, thank you so much, Jessie. We love and appreciate you. I'm just gonna, for like a minute or so, just let you guys, you know, if you have any other questions regarding what Jessie has just shared with us, how to launch a new person, that you can actually just drop it on the comments below. But also, I want you to tell us, what was your takeaway? One thing that you've learned today on this training, if you can just tell us, what is it that you learned and what is it that you're going to be doing? What is it that you're going to be doing tomorrow? It's Monday, is the last day of the week. We know tomorrow is the day where we need to literally be going and closing our business. So what is it that you've learned today? Do you have any other question? If no comments, I want to know your takeaway. What is it that gyms are a scam? Oh, that is so funny. You are the funny one, right? Everybody is literally saying visual. Oh, the deck of cards. Yeah, the deck of cards, that's a very powerful one. Make sure that you go and get one. I've never showed anyone the deck of cards. I have them, but I'm definitely going to start having them in my bag. I like the fact that you need to have them with you all the time. Clarity. Yes. Clarity is power. Demo and training, and don't let them live without scheduling their first launch. That is also powerful. But also, who can we show right now? I think I love that. Who can we show right now? Because as much as we can say we are launching you on Sunday, what are we doing between now and Sunday? So we need to make sure that they can see us literally helping them immediately. Go at your speed. Isn't that powerful? That we always want people to go at our own speed, and that's why people run away. They run away. I know, I'm guilty of that, always pushing people, and people end up running away. You know, can I okay, how can I get a full detail? No, what are we going to do? The recording is always going to be there, so we're gonna share with you guys the recording of, I think today is one of the most important training in terms of how to launch in secret. And I don't know about you, I haven't launched the right way. And I'm literally going to launch myself, and I'm going to be launching everyone, right? Start with the why for the new agent. Our job is to show secret. Of course, that's our job, knowing the answer to their why. That is powerful. When we know the answer to their why, we can actually help them, isn't it? Isn't that powerful? But if you don't know, we make assumption. What if somebody just want to hang around, you know? Hang around our beautiful family of secret.
Absolutely. I had one woman, you know, so here's one thing I want to share with you guys as we close out here today, because these are so amazing things, is, you know, what are all the reasons that somebody might want to join secret? No, extra income, all this stuff. There's hundreds of reasons, some for just getting the product, some for socializing, some for fun. I had one woman ask, I said, why did you get started? She was like, I was bored. She was like, she was retired. She didn't have anything to do. She was bored. So she didn't need a long presentation. She didn't need the compensation plan. She didn't care about check match. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she was bored. She was looking for something fun to do, and our products were fun. So I want you guys to understand that there are hundreds of reasons to join. Our job is to find one, and it's probably not even going to be necessarily the reason that you did. So, but while you guys are doing this, the goal is to have fun. Now, understand, hearing this training one time isn't going to make you an expert in this. You're going to go out there and do this, and you're going to fumble through it. It's going to be, you know, but you're going to be learning. But go relaunch some people. If you haven't launched somebody properly, give them a call and say, hey, listen, I want to apologize. For what? Say, listen, when you got started in secret last year, I didn't help you launch properly. Listen, I just heard a training from the #1 income earner in the world of secret for 10 years on how to launch properly. I found out I was not doing it right, and I'm so sorry. So listen, if I knew then what I know now, I think things would have been different for you. Would you be willing to give me a second chance to help you do what you originally signed up for? I'd love to help you. Let's get you started in 2022 properly. So, and they may say yes, they may say no, but there's a, you know, if you approach them with that way, a lot of people will probably be open to having another conversation.
That's so powerful. So thank you so much, because Jesse obviously has to be going to another call. Really appreciate you showing up on a Sunday. Tomorrow it's a Monday, is the last day of Secret. We are launching. We are all launching. I am launching my business. I'm excited. Like literally, Jesse, I was actually telling one lady that I've never done Secret, because for the first time this weekend, I went to knock at my neighbors' houses, and I've been doing the demos. They've been telling me that we've just shown your status. We never knew what exactly to do, but I went door to door. Literally, I've never done that, and it was just a beautiful experience just for people to have access to our products. So I promise you, we have never done this business, and we are so excited to actually be doing that. So just a couple of announcements that we do have. I just want you to know that on a Tuesday, we're going to be having a bronze and above session hosted by our very own Helen Kithinji from Kenya. And we're going to be having Red Diamond, Jefferson Santent, who's going to be training. So if you are not yet a bronze, you want to make sure that we can help you close that so that you can attend this session on Tuesday, a bronze and above training on Tuesday with the one and only Jefferson Santos. He's a red diamond. We know Jefferson has built millions of teams all over the world. So he's somebody that has been in the industry for a very, very long time. He's very knowledgeable, and we are so blessed for him to do that. And then on a Wednesday, we are going to be having our wow party. Yay! Wednesday wow party with all our customers. What I love about this is that we're going to be having our customers also, we're talking about different things. So we're going to be joining. Make sure that on the groups, you can actually have all the details of our Wednesday wow party, because obviously that is going to be amazing. And we're going to be confirming when we're going to be doing the live wow party with Jesse, where he's going to be showing us exactly how to do it in the demos itself. I'm excited about that, right? And so thank you so much. We're gonna be seeing, guys, go and demo the products. I've never sold so many products in my entire Secret like this weekend, because I'm actually showing people I've never sold so many products. I mean, I was telling someone, I'm like, I'm gonna literally go to where I used to work and just do demos. I'm just literally, this week I'm super excited to show everyone in my family our secret products. They've never tasted them. People don't even know the access. So let us go there and do demos, SDA, show demo us. Say less, show more. Say less, show more. So we love you guys. And let's close this week on a high note. Close that bronze rank, or close that ranks, or let us help more people to actually demo them. I love you guys, and I appreciate each and everyone for showing up. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your week, and God bless.